Bonsoir tout le monde, et bienvenue dans ce stream tardif, improvisé, du mercredi. On va démarrer avec Chicken Police et j'espère pouvoir le terminer aujourd'hui. Et puis après on jouera, je sais pas, un truc, je sais pas trop quoi. Alors la dernière fois on était arrivé au manoir. Yep. On était arrivé au manoir. Salut les...
Wow.
Si tu parles en même temps que moi, le poulet ça va pas le faire. Salut les Murphy sur le chat.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
Ah ouais.
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
Ok. Donc c'est parti. Chevaliera. il ressemble à rien.
Huh. One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Quelque chose dans le genre, ouais.
Yeah.
Une tour.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, buddy.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Ah, je suis assez d'accord avec toi, Marty.
Or he just has too much dough.
C'est aussi possible.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Bon, allez, c'est parti. Oh, tiens.
Not so fast, chickens.
Les retrouvailles avec les mecs qui ont tenté de nous descendre 2 fois de suite.
Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may already know.
J'aime beaucoup le videur et sa façon de parler. Il me fait vraiment rire. Ok. On va parler aux sbires.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy gun?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The 2 suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Et j'ai rien à lui demander, lui. On va rentrer.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
Peut-être pas, peut-être pas.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Ok. On va parler à Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if you
Ça, j'en ai rien à foutre.
this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Itsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katzenko.
Ok.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Eh ouais, c'est pas la fin du monde. Là.
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives.
Tiens, te voilà, toi.
Having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kind of long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Ok. Farewell from Falls. On a trouvé notre bouquin.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something?
No, just thinking aloud.
Ok.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No,
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or...
straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Changement de ton. Radical, mais au moins c'est efficace.
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway.
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Ok, on va lui demander quelques petites choses. Alors... La photo.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who'd you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
Oui, évidemment, toi.
You.
No. I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Ok.
You love beautiful things, Wessler.
Hmm.
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
Évidemment qu'il aime les belles choses. C'est un sale rat.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
Ok.
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's, rather troubled in the...
Oui, ça... Ça, j'ai cru le comprendre.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
Pour l'instant, non.
No, it's not a crime in itself. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Donc je rappelle en fait que Albert a une double personnalité. Une partie de lui est amoureux de Natasha, l'autre partie est complètement tarée et c'est probablement lui qui écrit les messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the
Oh,
same
putain.
thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
Terrain glissant, le rat.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
Lettre d'Albert.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Genre tuer son frère jumeau, par exemple.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad, insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Ok, maintenant on va l'interroger. Ah, il a pas l'air d'être ok.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Alors, Albert, donc c'est bien Albert Wessler. Oui, vu qu'il a une double personnalité, il doit pas vraiment savoir qui il est. Ouais, on a une jauge de détective relativement pourrie. Combien de temps vous pensiez pouvoir duper tout le monde, Albert?
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Quand avez-vous décidé de prendre la place de votre frère?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
Ah, t'es son frère, quand même.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Je te respecte beaucoup, je vais te tirer une balle entre les deux yeux.
You know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Pourquoi avoir mutilé IBN? Pourquoi ne pas l'avoir tué tout de suite?
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing you love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. That's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Malheureux accident.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Donc vous vous sentez désormais comme étant deux personnes à la fois?
So you feel you're two people at the same time?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, detective.
Il va falloir le convaincre de ne pas nous tuer. Vous auriez fait quoi Alors... Eh ben, il n'est pas celui qui prétend, et peut-être même que je ne sais pas qui il est vraiment. Je dois d'abord mettre l'accent là-dessus pour l'adoucir un peu et éviter qu'on se prenne une balle dans le jeu. Vous auriez fait quoi si Natasha avait découvert la vérité? Vous l'auriez tué aussi?
What would you have done if Natasha found out? Kill her too?
You know what? Maybe yeah. Maybe I would have ended myself too.
Narcissistic pricks like you never commit suicide, Albert.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to insult someone who's pointing a revolver at your stomach, detective?
Oh, that's not good. J'aurais pas dû dire ça, c'est pas bon. Donc c'était ça votre plan, prendre sa place et vivre heureux pour toujours.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
Ok. Quand avez-vous décidé de le tuer, Albert?
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
Il faut voir qu'il y a une photo de Natasha derrière ou une peinture.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Faut peut-être retourner sa cruauté contre lui. Vous pensez pouvoir tout expliquer votre folie. Vous avez aimé mener tout le monde par le bout du museau. Qu'avez-vous fait pour qu'Ibn décide de vous faire enfermer?
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control.
C'est toi, Albert. Hein.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old mom.
Ok.
Never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
Oh là là, l'enfant préféré.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It
Oh.
looked like an accident, but Eben knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
Ok, donc Iben a découvert qu'Albert avait tué leur mère respective et l'a fait enfermer pour ça.
But he never forgot who did this to him either.
Eben was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Hmm. Qui haïssez-vous le plus, Albert? Iben ou vous-même?
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Ok.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Ok, donc il va falloir éviter de taper sur la gueule de Wesley et de comprendre qu'est-ce qui se passe. Oui, non, ça c'est pas une bonne idée. Natasha était gentille avec nous, non? Trop gentil. Quoi les blessures? Je peux dire ça.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Ah, avec toi.
Natasha was simply amazing.
Ils ont mal traduit.
Kind, lively, but still so distant.
Je comprenais pas les deux choix de dialogue, vu que le fait de dire Natasha était gentille avec nous, c'est au contraire, ça allait l'inciter à nous buter, mais la première question ne me semblait pas bonne non plus. Donc ils ont juste mal traduit la question. Parce que là, il a dit was kind with you, donc c'était. Enfin, kind to you, donc c'était avec lui. Donc je pense que j'ai bien fait de poser la question.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yeah.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was... I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Il n'est peut-être pas trop tard, Albert. Dites les vérités et mettez un terme à tout ça.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red.
Ok.
Like love.
Donc là, on commence à entrer dans les détails où on va vite comprendre que c'est lui qui a écrit les messages.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
Sérieux?
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
Ouais, ça serait bien de le savoir, ça.
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me.
Il a changé de personnalité, là. Vous pouvez le voir.
Mr. Featherland.
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Précision de focus, 40%. Poulet rôti. Tu parles d'une récompense, oui, parce que j'ai vraiment posé les mauvaises questions au début de l'entrevue. Au début de l'interrogatoire, pardon. Aujourd'hui, j'ai eu une entrevue avec un candidat pour mon travail. C'est pour ça que je m'en mêle les pinceaux. Mais c'était pas super, ça. Albert et Ivan Wessler. Ce fou a pris la place de son frère et tente de régler les derniers détails. Si on l'attrape pas maintenant, il sera peut-être trop tard. Vous vous tirez dessus? Le regard du poulet, quoi. Mhm. Natacha écoutait à la porte, j'imagine.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you,
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
the cops. But how? How did they...
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Ok, qui les a appelés?
Olivia?
Peut-être. Hein.
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Oh, il va pas être content de nous voir.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
Encore une.
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
On peut se casser.
So, what now?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything...
Yes, I know where to find you.
Je crois que notre ami poulet, il l'aime bien, Natacha.
See you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am,
Goodbye, detectives.
is this a mansion?
Or a
Well, if it...
a serious adventure.
Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. On va pas lui reparler, à elle. Monica. Qu'est-ce que tu fous là, toi? T'as Timothy partout.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite
Ça, c'est pas faux.
behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock off, Tim.
Hey!
Ok. Pas si on peut reparler à Monica, mais bon.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
A pleasant surprise, ok.
It was for us too, believe me.
L'autre boy, je sais pas s'il a un truc à me dire, mais je pense que c'est tout.
Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Ok. Oh, il y a Bosco qui est là.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Ah, donc peut-être. Peut-être que si si t'arrives à mieux gérer l'interrogatoire, personne ne meurt.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story.
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Ça va, les sbires?
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation.
J'adore le videur.
Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Et Olivia.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
Oh, tu vas retrouver un travail.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Eh ouais, le corbeau, il s'en sort toujours. Ok. Ah, je pense qu'on a terminé, hein.
And what about you, Sonny?
Peut-être continuer la discussion avec elle pour finir le... Parce que je peux pas quitter la zone, là.
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now.
Yes, I think you're right.
Je peux toujours pas partir d'ici. Est-ce vraiment fini? Il y a quelqu'un qu'on n'a pas découvert au passage. Deux personnes même que j'ai pas découvert durant ma partie. Par contre, j'ai découvert tous les lieux. Ok. Ouais, j'ai vraiment fait de la merde sur son interrogatoire, Whistler. Pour le reste, je m'en suis relativement bien sorti.
Thank you.
Ok.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place.
C'est pas faux.
Well, I won't argue about that.
Thank you.
Ok.
We thank.
But it
Well, I won't. Look at all these plants. It's like strange house.
On peut se casser ou pas? Faut que je te reparle, toi?
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Est-ce que t'as autre chose à nous dire?
Just one quote.
Non.
I say you're full.
Ah, je peux pas reculer en arrière. Je peux pas partir d'ici.
How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
Ok.
So, what's your shoe size again, Mon?
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's two of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
Ça me paraît relativement logique après tout ce qu'elle a fait pour nous.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
T'as autre chose à nous dire ou pas?
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out of here.
J'ai envie de la parler encore.
Santino,
Ah, je peux
Non,
pas.
ça-
get the
Je peux pas lui parler plus que ça. Ouais, je vois pas trop qu'est-ce que je peux faire. Comment on fait pour terminer l'aventure là? Faut vous reparler à vous? Parce que là je peux pas aller derrière. T'as reparlé à Bosco.
Catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Nice catch, Bosco.
Ok.
If there's anything at all,
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
J'imagine qu'elle va pas.
if there's
Ouais.
anything at all.
Ok. Je peux leur parler à eux, mais je pense pas qu'ils vont me dire grand chose
To meet
d'intéressant.
again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
While you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend.
Maybe I will, Mr. Fedden.
I certainly hope so, Pat.
So long, guys.
Ouais, je pense que c'est tout.
So long, guys.
Bah, on a parlé à tout le monde, hein. Je vois pas vraiment qu'est-ce qu'il reste d'autre à faire. Reparler à toi encore?
Thank you.
We thank you.
But it was...
Well, I won't.
What will happen to her now?
I don't know, Marty. I have no idea.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica and Dave.
This means she's real, not just a ghost of the police station.
So,
I didn't even hear that.
Ouais, je me casse comment exactement? Oh, qu'est-ce que tu fais là, toi? On a Philmar qui est ici.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get
Ah,
involved.
ok.
That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do.
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Autre chose à nous dire?
I think I have an idea who hired you.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you...
Huh, you wish, pal.
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah, not much.
Je crois que c'est tout, hein?
Anyway, it's good to see you here.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen.
Ouais, on a terminé.
Chicken police. In the flesh.
Damn it, Tim, drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention chicken police. Say cheese.
La photo de famille, quoi. Les espèces animales suivantes n'étaient pas incluses dans le jeu. Tigre d'Indochine, rhinocéros blanc, le sphinx. Ils nous mettent les animaux. Donc il y avait un rhinocéros. Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il y avait un rhinocéros. Il y avait un rhinocéros. Ok, donc la majorité des espèces animales qui nous ont mis dans le jeu étaient en voie d'extinction. Ah bon, on a terminé Chicken Police, et je dois vous avouer que c'était plutôt fun. Du coup, je vais en profiter pour dire ce que je pense rapidement du jeu dans ce générique. C'était très fun. La mise en scène était vraiment classe. Les doublages étaient d'excellente facture. L'histoire était plutôt cool. C'est sûr qu'elle casse. Là, je l'ai trouvé suffisamment original pour qu'elle soit suivie jusqu'à la fin. C'est très joli. Il y a un bel emballage sonore au niveau de la musique aussi. D'ailleurs, la musique du générique de fin, je la trouve vraiment cool. Et globalement, ils ont fait un très bon travail sur le storytelling. Cette façon de raconter l'histoire, tout était plutôt bien construit. C'est pas un jeu. C'était pas un jeu très dur. Faut quand même être tout à fait honnête. Et je pense que la difficulté va venir du fait d'essayer d'avoir des interrogatoires parfaits. Comme vous pouvez voir, la plupart de mes interrogatoires n'étaient pas parfaits. On n'a pas tout fait non plus, vu qu'on a loupé certaines personnes du jeu et probablement certaines peut-être petites quêtes secondaires. Je sais qu'on a loupé un puzzle aussi. Mais globalement, si vous avez envie de vous faire une intrigue noire, clairement, je vous le recommande. Je m'attendais pas du tout à ce qu'un jeu comme ça arrive sur le marché et j'ai trouvé ça très très fun. Très bizarre, mais très très fun. Et la bande son est vraiment cool. Donc ouais, c'était Chicken Police. Et on va profiter du générique ensemble. Parce que la musique est vraiment cool. C'est intéressant aussi de voir que les développeurs partagent vraiment beaucoup de choses personnelles dans le générique de fin.
Keeps me turning back. I'm tired of it being sane. Chloe still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
Messieurs, dames, c'était Chicken Police. Yep, vraiment cool ce petit jeu. Ooh, to be continued. Suspense. Ouh, c'est pas fini.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
A plus, les Murphy sur le chat. Effectivement, les Murphy, la musique était vraiment top. Ah ah. Appelle-moi. Bah, advienne que pourra. J'aime bien la citation de fin. Alors, on a des extras. Ok, on peut revoir toutes les cinématiques. Visiblement, il y a une cinématique que je n'ai pas débloquée. Galerie. Ah, sympa ça. Ça, c'est galerie de. Ok, les brouillons de. Qu'est-ce que les développeurs ont fait? Une famille miaounifique. Séance photo. J'aime bien la timeline qu'ils ont fait. Là. Je fais une capture d'écran de ce truc. Parce que je trouve ça assez drôle. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Oh. Hop là. Désolé, le curseur était sorti. Séance photo. Voilà le chat qui a servi de modèle pour Natacha. Excellent. Gentleman sauvage. Séance photo au zoo. C'est vraiment cool ce qu'ils ont fait. Je trouve ça très sympa. Ouais, il me faut vos masques de poulet les mecs là. Succès. Ok, donc il y a pas mal de succès à déverrouiller comme vous pouvez voir. Obtenir les 58 tableaux de l'exposition. Faire un score d'au moins 5000 au stand de tir. Obtenir toutes les informations personnelles, ouais. Obtenir toutes les entrées du codex. D'accord. On n'a pas eu toutes les cinématiques du jeu, donc il y a quelque chose que j'ai loupé. Objet de collection. Ah, ça, c'est les bouquins que j'ai ramassés. Visiblement, je les ai pas tous trouvés. Ouais. Bon. Et ben voilà. C'était Chicken Police Painted Red. C'était fun. Et si jamais vous avez juste regardé la fin de cette vidéo, c'est un jeu que je vous recommande chaudement si vous aimez les intrigues noires. Jeu d'aventure, énigme, pas trop long, avec une superbe ambiance. Donc sur ce, je vais quitter le jeu, lever l'overlay. Et puis on va jouer à autre chose, je sais pas quoi encore. À tout de suite.